I've jumped back into some Darkest Dungeon from Celeste, because I think we need to go kill a boss. And this may not be a very long video, but we've sort of been forced into it, and since I wanted to stream all the bosses, here we are. It's also 9:15 at night, and I'm working on finishing an amazing cup of Costa Rican coffee by the Well Coffee House. Phenomenal. Amazing cup of coffee. Highly recommend. So we're looking at Ancestors' Memories, which is really cool. You've seen me get some journals out of the dungeon. This is where they're all logged if you make it out with them. And so rather than read them in the dungeon, and the script is pretty small, I thought maybe once I got all the journal entries we could go in and read them. And so I just recently completed the Blackest of Fates. So there's a lot of text on the screen. I'll leave it up, but I think I'll also go ahead and maybe read it. So the Blackest of Fates, 1 of 5. Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines and thus disperse the swine folk. But soon we came across an artifact. This was far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. It looked as if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb glowing with a malevolent light. Cuthbert, Balin, and I hesitated, but thrice damned Mizir, driven by crazed impulse, thrust his torch in a hidden receptacle and thus sealed our fate. In that same instance, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful. Only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh sloughed off, and of its own twisted accord sprang into Balin, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself as tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. The assault was overwhelming. With Cuthbert slain, and as Balin fell, I was driven by rage. I leapt and drove my axe into the creature's many eyes. Purple ichor splashed my face, and my very soul shook as it bellowed. The only thing I can recall after was falling swiftly into blackness. I now find myself back in the Warrens, among the remains of my companions. My wounds are too severe to allow the completion of my task. Thus the desecration must resume another time. Curious, there is a ring in my pocket. Where it came from I cannot begin to guess, though it bears the sigil of the estate's ancestral owner. Very curious. I will return with Cuthbert's banner and Balin's crossbow, so as to honor them with a proper burial. I will leave what is left of thrice-damned Mizir and his trinkets to the swine folk. Perhaps they will build him the memorial he rightly deserves. So that is the Blackest of Fate journal entries, and we'll do that again once we get the rest of any of them. We are very close to the Journal of Darius the Highwayman, and the rest are pretty scattered, since I do not prioritize getting them out of the dungeons. So now, on to the reason that we're actually going to go do this boss. We have the Inchoate Flesh? I don't know. But the reason we're sort of forced into this is that we have a lot of level 3 and 4 heroes, and they will not go into the apprentice level dungeons. So we've recently had to get all level 0 people and kind of train them up. And this could be this could be not good. Um, three of our 4 people are level 1, not 2. That could be okay. We've upgraded their armor, given them some pretty decent trinkets. But on top of that, we also have an event going on right now that reduces our chance of becoming heroic, I think, when you get too much stress by like 15%. So I have no real dedicated healer. That's some really good coffee. I have no dedicated healer. Several of our people are a little under-leveled from what I'd like, but yeah, we're going to see how it goes. We're at the Warrens. Let's take 3 shots. I have recently started taking more laudanum. I don't think I'm going to here, but in the ruins, I've actually found that it's been really helpful. So sorry, laudanum, for all the shit talk you got in the beginning.
My zeal for blood rituals and summoning rites had begun to ebb, as each attempt invariably brought only failure and disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus of wasted flesh had become burdensome.
Ew? That's all I have to say to that. Ew.
The thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone.
Well, that's gross. So this flesh thing is probably down here, or up here. Would be weird. Oh, we know it's not up there. Cool, we scouted. I mean, technically there's 2 battles to go north. Hallway battles are often not as bad as regular battles. If we go left, we commit to 2 battles, but they have treasure, so we could come back and get it. I think we're gonna go left. Ugh, these noises are even gross. Okay.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
That's nice. That's nice. So the 2 in the back are out.
Back to the pit.
Okay. That's not bad.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Fuck you.
Executed with impunity.
We got another journal page. Oh, this probably isn't going well for you. There's lots of screaming in it.
Impressive haul, if you value such things.
We're doing really good on scouting. And I think I'm just going to leave this chest alone, and we're going to do our typical boss run thing, where if it goes well, we come back to it.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers. way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Dang it, I forgot to move. I forgot to move my highwayman back.
A powerful blow.
I really want this guy in the back dead. He's gonna take 8 damage. His drum has a face on it. Because it's made of human skin. That's gross. Yeah, I want him dead.
Decimated.
So both of these guys die in their turn, which means let's heal his
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
My hope was that maybe the leper would get to go and he could heal himself, which I don't really care about, but would heal a little stress, and why not? Okay, no scouting. We're gonna go up and see if we can scout. Oh, yes. What the frick was that? The map stopped right before the rooms. So there's no way the boss is here, which means he's here. Which means we can technically get to him without having to fight anything else. Then we could come back this way and pick up our treasure with just one extra fight. That's beautiful. So we're gonna rest here. Buff. Go fight boss.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
Thanks, Ancestor. So we have 12 food, which means we could eat again one time after this. But I really don't need to heal stress, so I'm going to save the food in case. Darkest Dungeon is Darkest Dungeon. It makes me eat twice later. We are going to... prevent nighttime ambush and surprise stuff. We're gonna make his melee stuff better, because that's what he mostly does. We're gonna heal a little bit of this guy's stress. And he's gonna heal a little bit of the stress. Oh shit. That healed him, whoops. That's okay.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Light up.
The light, the promise of safety.
Here we go.
Squirming, contorting, and ever expanding. This horror must be unmade.
Blech. Blech. So it shares a single health bar, but they're all multiply targeted. So it has 100 health, but you can see the appendages do different things, right? So they have reasonably low blight resist. And if I can get it on 2 parts at once, that's double dots, or damage over time. So, you know what? Are you kidding? One of this had a 90% chance. Fuck y'all.
A singular strike!
So this is a gibbering mouther, for sure.
Precision and power.
We're just gonna stack blight and bleed, I think. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is going pretty okay. Because the bleed and stuff persists, so.
Its destruction is a small consolation, given the implications of its terrible existence. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Honestly, that went pretty okay. So let's see. I think we want to cure the blight on him. Let's go ahead and cure the blight on him. Because our goal is to walk back down this way. Have 2 fights and get this treasure. Well. we will. I don't think we risk 2 more fights maybe not going well. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. I think if you purify this, you can get food out of it, but that's fucking disgusting. So, no. Shit.
Eradicated.
So that guy dies. So both of the 2 people in the back are dead. Okay. So I think we're gonna...
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
That went pretty okay. We won't need all these torches, so we'll switch those out.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and
But
purpose is made
unfortunately-
clear.
This is a shitty monument. We can't do anything with that. So, to be honest, we probably should have gone back.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
We probably should have gone back the other way. A tramp vulture. We'll switch that out, and we'll switch that out. And we'll drop down to 4 food and use it to heal. And we're going to heal these 2 people because the leper can heal himself, and this guy, if he gets hurt enough, can actually heal everybody. Okay. We prioritize this guy for sure. Because he can do stress damage.
Obliterated. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Guys, I'm proud of you. I really expected at least one of you to die in this place. Way to exceed my expectations. Not only did you not die, but you did really well.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I knew it. Always keep extra food on darkest mode. You know what, I don't care what all those other people in town said about you guys. You do have what it takes. So yeah, this guy, our bleeder, Tullus, he hit level 3, which means he won't be able to go on any level 1 quests anymore, and I know we have at least one more to do.
Let the organ notes ring out from the abbey. The sisters are gathering.
Ooh. Maybe we'll come back and get one of you. What's our stagecoach? Ooh, a level 2 jester. So we did upgrade this. We can get some level 2 people in here now sometimes. But he... See, so I'm almost... By nature of me, I don't think I can take this guy. And Naomi, I thought about it because this is, you know, this is the bard. And he's reasonably okay at bleed. In fact, he was, my opinion, the bleed character until that bleeder guy came along with the release. But here's why I can't take him, right? His flaw is deviant tastes, and then read it. So he has deviant tastes, so he can't go to the brothel? I mean, what would Puck think about this guy, right? Yeah, he's a bard, but clearly he, like, beats women or something. I don't think we can go with him. So, no, not gonna take any of you. Ooh, we do have a level 2 quest to go kill the necromancer. But I also know that we need to do some cove stuff. Because there's still a level 1 boss there that we have not fought. Maybe 2, in fact. No, just 1. Just a level 1 boss there. So we need to get them cleaned up. But we're getting kind of close to sending a team to the Darkest Dungeon. We've got 3 level 4 people. And they really should be level 5 when they go there. Look, guys, I know that I praised you because you got out of the dungeon, but don't get full of yourself, okay? You'll do whatever I pay you to. So... Ooh, oh no, this is the opposite. This is the thing that makes his guns good, and that's not really the best way to use the highwayman. So, eh. We might do this one, but yeah, so I think that's good for tonight. Just a quick run. But I told you I'd stream the bosses, so there we go. Cool. Hope you all have a good night, and I'll probably go to sleep soon right after I finish this cup of coffee.